Hey, it's Jani from imaware. I'm here in Orlando, Florida, and I'm here with Kelly O'Neill, who is the original RA warrior and someone who advocates for the education and awareness of rheumatoid arthritis. So hey Kelly, nice to meet you today. Why don't you tell us a bit about yourself?
Hi, Jani. I am a mom. I have 5 children, and I was homeschooling them and having so much fun doing that. I like to play tennis and run on the beach and garden and do lots of projects. And I was very suddenly stopped from doing all of those kinds of things that I love to do because I was diagnosed with RA. Wow. And I wasn't able to do them. And I wasn't even able to do a lot of the things that I needed to do for my family. So it was a big shock.
Wow. So why don't you tell us about what rheumatoid arthritis is and give us a little more detail about it? I think a lot of people don't actually know what it is.
So RA, or rheumatoid disease, as we like to say, RD, is a systemic disease that can attack any part of the body. The powerful immune cells that we're just beginning to understand can actually attack organs and joints and cause damage. And so immediately the inflammation that's inside the joints or around the joints in the connective tissue can make it very hard to do anything, to move your joints. So even to pick up something like a gallon of milk becomes very difficult.
So, wow, your own immune system actually attacks itself and causes arthritis to be potentially just one of those symptoms. Why don't you tell us a little more about all of these types of symptoms?
When we try to explain it to people, we say it's like living with the flu all of the time, because you might have fatigue and stiffness and tiredness, the kinds of things that you have when immune cells are active when you have the flu. We have fevers, the joints can be warm. You might have shortness of breath as the disease starts to affect your cardiovascular system or your lungs. The disease can attack your eyes. You can have sore eyes because of inflammation, and oftentimes dry eyes, and they're just a very long list of symptoms.
Right. And just to say it again, arthritis is definitely a major symptom, but like you mentioned, it can impact and affect a lot of different areas and joints. And I think that's part of the education that I think we want to really focus on, is bringing awareness to this condition or disease and being able to expand how people think about and what they're aware of. So you created RA Warrior with that mission. Why don't you tell us a bit more about it?
Yes, that's right. We want people to understand that RA is a systemic disease, and that's why we refer to it as rheumatoid disease, as it's been referred to in a lot of medical journals. Yeah. When I started my site in 2009, it was with a goal to meet that need for people to be able to understand the different aspects of the disease and what was being learned in medical research. So to bring that to patients as information, and then to also bring them encouragement to help be their friend with RA or help them meet another friend with RA, because very quickly there were too many people for me to be able to directly communicate with everyone. That's why I started the hashtag Rheum, and that kind of exploded into a large rheumatology community that's patients, but also industry and a lot of good people and doctors and people from people all over the world.
Yeah, that's amazing. I started following you on Twitter, and I've seen your own following just increase over time. Your content's amazing, and I think you bring that perfect amount of energy and medical background and patient perspective. So if you could help the people out there understand, what would be the one thing they should focus on when it comes to rheumatoid disease, what would you advise people to do?
Right. So actually, the medical profession right now is being taught treat to target. And so what that means is measure the disease, and if the patient's not doing well, adjust the treatment. Measure, adjust, treat to target. And if you're not doing well, keep measuring, you keep changing the treatment. Right. But most of the treatments, or the treatments that we have now, are effective when they're used very early in the disease. So someone like me, who kind of got by for several years with symptoms and didn't get diagnosed early, not very responsive to treatment. So I've been through most of the treatments that are available, and I still have a lot of progression of the disease. And we've actually seen patients, because we deal with so many patients, we have a lot of success stories too. And we actually see that being treated early is very successful. I have one friend who can still climb mountains. I have another friend who can still, race in marathons. And we do hear these, these heroic stories because their disease was recognized early enough and the treatments were more effective.
Well, that's amazing, and that's what brought me to you. Is I wanted to share the story of our company, imaware. We are mission-driven to bring awareness to chronic illness such as rheumatoid disease through easy at-home testing. And we think that if people can get tested sooner, they can take advantage of all those benefits you spoke about, and also get on treatment plans that can minimize permanent damage. So I wanted to have you take a kit and test and go through that experience with us. We'd value your opinion and feedback on this. We've already been testing a lot of people for both celiac disease and rheumatoid disease, and we are already changing people's lives.
So tell us how it works.
So it's pretty easy. You just go online and order your kit, and we ship you this easy-to-use home collection kit. When you receive it, you'll notice it has inviting instructions that you can very easily follow, along with an online video to help you be successful in your collection, as well as everything you need to be able to draw your own sample. That includes 2 lancets and a microtube. So what we do is we ask you to take several drops of blood using our easy-to-use kit, and included in this is a lancet for you to prick your own finger, and then a microtube that indicates here that you need to provide approximately several drops of blood. When you finish that off, in probably less than 5 minutes for most people, you just put it back in the mail, and we provide all of this in one easy fee, and you'll get your results in a couple days. They're provided online and in a really easy to use report for you, and a very detailed medical report you can share with your doctor. That is one of the most important things that we want to make sure we tell patients is always share these results with your doctor. We might have helped you rule in or rule out certain conditions and symptoms, but we never want people to self-diagnose. So with that in mind, I want to hear your story about using imaware, and let us know, how it might impact you or loved ones in your family.
Great, let's do that.
Well, this has been awesome. Thank you very much for your time. Looking forward to working with you.
Thank you, Jani.